People are gonna say, "Oh, Brett, you're being crazy." Am I?
You are being crazy, dude.
Wait. Am I? Because that's what the fucking Patriots do every year. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another great day to discuss other people's excellence. I'm the unforgettable one himself, Mr. Brett Carroll. Charles is always daydreaming, and we're two guys that like BSing at work. Football is back. Week 1 is in the books. As we're recording this, it is Friday, so we're gonna go over week 1 and then preview week 2. All right, because we know we're late. We're getting there. All right, we're getting back in the groove of things. So we're gonna do this, but we're gonna have a nice lengthy pod for you guys. Then we're gonna talk about everything that happened in week 1 and preview week 2. We saw what happened last night. We'll talk about that. Chargers and Chiefs. But I'm gonna let you go first because you might have had the biggest win of the weekend in week 1. Your Giants winning.
Saquon Barkley, 18 attempts, 164 yards, 9.1 yards per carry, 1 touchdown, and 6 receptions. Saquon Barkley. He back. Oh, yeah, and the Giants won. We still need a quarterback. The defense showed promise in both levels of play against the Titans, but I don't care what anyone says. I know it's the first week. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not saying we're winning nothing, but I am saying we went in there. We beat a good football team. I like Coach Vrabel. Everyone knows I'm a King Henry fan. They were the number 1 seed last year. It's a new season. They might not be the number 1 seed this year, but hell, man, there was Giants fans picking against the Giants in eliminator pools week 1 because that's how little confidence we had going into Tennessee to pull out that win. And Daboll, to his credit, coached a good game, coached with balls, unlike Joe Judge, immediately showing a difference in just how you're handling the game and the belief you have in your guys and the creativity to bring the best out of some of these dudes that you can, especially with Daniel Jones, because there was a couple of just effort design runs to pick up some yards because DJ is fast enough to run around the side and run out of bounds and pick up 6 or 7 yards. So I liked what I saw. I'm not getting my hopes up too much. There was one nice bomb from Daniel Jones to Sterling Shepard. I think it was like 66 yards. Sterling Shepard, the longest tenured Giant now. Just crazy to think about how long he's been with the team and how he's the oldest vet that's been a Giant on the team. He's 29, but I think he's been playing for what? It was like 6 years or something like that. So I'm happy. There's not much more I want to say about it besides King Henry got hit sticked by a Giants linebacker. Been a minute since we saw a Giants linebacker on the right side of a highlight. But if we had Kayvon Thibodeau, if we had oh my God, Olujar, I can't say it right now. My brain's like, no, you're not getting it out. If we had him, if we actually had our defense at full strength, our pass rush might actually be something worth getting excited about. We need to fix the secondary. Darnay Holmes was getting burned at the end. He was the one that was getting target, and Tannehill was just charging down the field. It was Darnay Holmes. So we need to fix up some holes. But with that being said, we have some holes because our starters actually aren't in. And that's how we played against a playoff caliber team. So there is some things to get excited about. We might be able to pull out more than just a handful of wins. And the only reason, Brett, let me go on with this tangent is because I'm happy. I don't got a rant. I feel good. I'm going into week 2. I'm not even sure we play week 2. I think this is the Cowboys because they don't have a quarterback. No one was worried about the Cowboys when they had their quarterback. So I'm nothing but smiles and positivity at the moment. Unlike one Steelers fan that's in this box right now, that he was just angry. You would have thought he lost week 1.
We'll talk about my Bloodline Steelers later.
Oh, wow. Really?
One, congratulations to the Giants. That was a really good game. The culture seems to be different, man. And that's all you can ask for with a new coach is just change the culture. Because as you know, the culture was just bad over there. They played their hearts out. They played well. Saquon Barkley looks healthy, which is all you got to feel good for him, right? Because especially as a running back, That's got to be so scary when it's been.
He caught a bad shovel pass, and he looked like the old Saquon in a bunch of plays that we needed him to be the old Saquon. And those couple of short yardage pickups that he got, where it's just like, oh no, he's a guaranteed 3 yards. Like that's what he is right now, and that's what you want. He was picked number 2 overall. He gets unwarranted hate, like because of where he was drafted. And the irony is, he's still, at least off this one game, who we want him to be compared to the other stars in that draft that are all on their second team already. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I'm positive, man. I'm happy. Daboll, I don't even want to focus on the culture thing because it's so obvious. We didn't see players getting amped up after plays, running over, amping up the coach. Like, did you see that shit? Like, it goes without saying. If you watched it, if you saw even the highlights, you saw it.
But that's important, man, because that's how you turn this thing around. It's been bad for so long. And even when you got new blood in, it wasn't really changing anything. It was like, okay, it's new blood, but where's the change, right? And obviously it's one game, so we're not going to, overhype one game.
Read too much into it.
But it's a good sign at least. And you guys haven't had a good sign in a long time. So I
think it was 6 years since we won on opening day.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So that's something that you guys should at least be okay with. If you're a Titans fan, I wouldn't panic at all. I really wouldn't. Well, let's not forget, y'all got obliterated. I mean obliterated at home last year, week 1 against the Cardinals. You guys lost to the Jets last year. And you guys lost Derrick Henry halfway through the season last year.
Everyone thought
he was having an MVP season. Like I wouldn't say he would have because he's a running back, but he was literally at the time.
Look at the running back hate, man.
But but I'm saying, like, let's be real. Like,
No, I know. I agree with you. It's ridiculous sometimes because now it's such an undervalued.
He was like the quote unquote front runner for MVP when he got hurt, and you guys still ended up with the number 1 seed. So I'm not going to panic to share. I will say this, Mike Vrabel. I will say this. It's getting to that point where you've been there a little bit. You've been there a couple times. You've been there for a few years now. People are going to expect more now out of this Tennessee Titans.
He's not on the hot seat. I don't think he's on the hot seat. I don't think he's
on the hot seat, but if they don't play well this year, he might be.
Yeah, but play well is relative too, because they have injuries, they get to the playoffs and they lose first round to like the Chiefs.
Well, right now they're healthy, and they lost. So
to the Giants.
And at the end of the day, we can say, well, it happened last year, so don't panic. But yeah, you don't want to have a pattern of losing home games week 1 in the season.
And there was a lot of Giants fans in there, man. It was loud when we were scoring, when we were making plays. It was one of those games where you're like, are they cheering like, or is it piped in? Because visually you were like, I wasn't expecting to hear this, especially because the Titans have been good. If the Titans were a trash team, the Giants were a trash team. It makes sense why there'd be more New York fans at this game, just because we're more of a national team than the Titans are. Right. But I don't know, man. I don't have too much to say because it is week 1. I don't expect us to be in the playoffs. But if we keep playing the way we did,
give yourself
we could sneak into a wild card.
And I told you guys have 10 winnable games on your schedule, and now it's 11 because you already upset Tennessee. So it's one of those things that if you play well, I wouldn't be surprised if you made the playoffs. I'm just saying. Your schedule is that easy. I guess since you've already brought it up, let me bring up my team.
You're wearing the Steelers hoodie.
We got a win I predicted, by the way. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I said, nah, week 1, you can go into Cincinnati and beat them. And we did, and I'm still pissed off. And people are saying, why are you pissed off? You guys won. You would beat the Bengals. Oh, Mike Tomlin's a genius. Da, 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 da. And I'm purposely.
Why is it Bane? Why are you arguing?
I was just about to say, I'm purposely doing the Bane voice for a reason.
You're arguing with Bane about the Steelers.
Yes. Yeah.
I really miss Hines Ward.
My issue is I called my dad, and as you know, my dad hates everybody. There's you can win every championship in a row. And all the years, and he'll still find a way to call you overrated. That's just how he is. But I called him and I said, you know what? I throw my hands up. Mike Tomlin's overrated. And I hate to say that. That's my man. I love Mike Tomlin. Every time you hear him talk, I want to put a helmet on and bash my head against another opponent till my brain turns into silly putty. That's what, Mike Tomlin makes you want to do that. But man, it's not the fact that we didn't play well in offense. It's not the fact that we once again turned what should have been an easy win into a nail biter. It's not the fact that we should have lost that game 3 times. It's not the fact that TJ Watt got hurt because we made it a nail biter. It's not the fact that Najee Harris got hurt because we made it. It's not even all that combined. It's the fact that all that happened combined, and Mike Tomlin is super happy about it because that's how he wants to win. And that's what pisses me off so much about Mike Tomlin. Oh, he has all his Tomlinisms. Oh, we didn't blink. We took the eye of the storm, And I don't say shit for hot taste. I'm saying this because it's real. Under Mike Tomlin, we haven't won a Super Bowl since 2009. We haven't been to a Super Bowl since 2011. We haven't won a playoff game since 2016. That's all under Mike Tomlin. Yes, he's never had a losing season, but we haven't won anything of value in a long time. And this is why, because he wants to play this style of football. Oh, I don't even need an offense. I just want my defense to go out there and make plays. Like, bro, you can't win like that. Yes, because you're a great coach and a great motivator and you have great players, you're going to win games. But you're not going to win a Super Bowl like that. You keep talking about the standard is a standard, but the standard is Super Bowls. We have the most Super Bowls in the NFL along with the Patriots. The standard should be Super Bowls, not to be 9-8 and lose in the first round. And my point is, I told everybody we're going to make the playoffs and we're going to shock the world because I looked at our roster and I looked at our coaching staff and I looked at everything going on with this team. Like, yo, we're a much better team than y'all giving us credit for. But yet I saw an offense doing the same bullshit they've been doing for the last 3 years. But y'all told me it was because Ben Roethlisberger. Y'all told me he's not mobile. He can't throw down the field anymore. Y'all told me that you couldn't run almost 50% of the plays you wanted to run because of Ben Roethlisberger's liabilities. That's what y'all told me. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh, shit. If we didn't run half our plays, and if we got the guys we want at quarterback, because again, you could have traded for Aaron Rodgers, you could have traded for Russell Wilson. Hell, you could have even traded for Deshaun Watson. You didn't. You picked up Mr. Trubisky and you said that was your guy. And I said, okay, I'm with it. I was totally fine with that. You drafted Kenny Pickett and said that's your guy. And I said, I don't know if I like that, but okay, fine. But after the preseason, I said, you know what? I see what you see in him. Cool. I'm with it. And yet I'm still seeing an offense that's more concerned with going side to side than going forward. I still see an offense that refuses to push the ball downfield. I still see an offense of when you do push the ball downfield, it's literally a 2-step drop, launch a moon ball towards the sideline, and just hope that your wide receiver high points the ball. It's not a real throw down the field to try to get like a touchdown where you're catching the guy in stride. Mr. Trubisky threw a ball out of bounds to George Pickens that would have been an 84-yard touchdown had he just thrown it inbounds and let him catch the ball. He just threw it out of bounds. And it's like, bro, because if that's the throws you're telling him to make, to just launch it and just see what happens, instead of like being an actual quarterback and putting a fucking pass on his receiver down the fucking field, like and Mike Tomlin's sitting there okay with this. And that's what pisses me off. So yes, we're going to go 9-8 again. We're either going to barely make the playoffs or barely miss the playoffs. And they're going to say, Mike Tomlin did it again. I don't know why we keep doubting Mike Tomlin. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to say, but yeah, I guarantee you if we look back at the season, there's about 3 or 4 games where if we do what we're supposed to do, we could have won 11 games and maybe been the 2 seed. And who knows what could have happened in the playoffs if you're the 2 seed. And people are going to say, oh, Brett, you're being fictitious. You're being a homer, da-da-da. No, am I? Because, again, if you're the 2 seed, like I said, let's say the Bills do get the number 1 seed. Okay. let's say the Chargers get the number 3 seed. Let's say, because I still predicted the Chargers to make the playoffs. I mean, to win the division. I'm not going to go off of that for week 2. Let's say Chargers win. Let's say whoever wins the AFC South, doesn't matter. Chiefs are the 5 seed. Bengals or the Ravens are the 6 seed. And again, some other team is barely, like the Steelers do, barely makes the playoffs at the 7th seed. Well, as a 2 seed, you might be able to beat them because, again, they're the ones that have been fighting for their lives for the last month and a half, barely made the playoffs. You might get the Chargers week for that second round playoff matchup. As good as the Chargers are, I'll take a young quarterback in his first road playoff game from LA, from a dome in a freezing cold Pittsburgh night in January with a second-year head coach, with our fans going crazy, spinning a towel and singing Renegade on repeat. I'll take that matchup. So you might win that, and then you might face the Bills and the Chiefs again. And like the Bengals, you might get them when they're just emotionally tired from a shootout in the second round. And you might fuck around and make the Super Bowl. And people are going to say, oh, Brett, you're being crazy. Am I?
You are being crazy, dude.
Wait. Am I? Because that's what the fucking Patriots do every year. The Patriots,
with Tom Brady.
Stop it. The Patriots are never the best team in the AFC. What the Patriots do, what's their motto? Do your fucking job. They
have a quarterback when they win, though.
But that's not the point. The point I'm making is the Patriots don't get in their way. The Patriots blow out teams when they get 5 turnovers and 7 sacks. They blow that team out. They don't keep it a close game so that 2 of your best players get hurt at the end of the game. You know why? Because their best players are on the sidelines worried about next week. The Patriots don't lose games they're not supposed to lose. The Steelers do that. And that's the point. This is football. This isn't basketball. What you want to do is get through the regular season, take care of business, and then let the playoff seedings fall in line for you. That's what the Patriots do. They're never the best team. They go to the Super Bowl every other year because while the Titans are losing to the Giants, while the Steelers are playing with a fool with the Bengals, while the Bengals are losing to the Steelers, who they should beat.
The Pats lost, dog.
I'm talking about the Patriots that were going to the Super Bowl. What I'm saying, while those things happen every year, the Patriots were the one team. Yeah, we're going to beat the Jets, no problem.
Yeah, the Patriots had Tom Brady though, and Mitch Trubisky ain't Tom Brady.
That, but my point is, they did what they were supposed.
No. You said you had an upgrade at the quarterback position, and I'm looking at the stats now: 55.3 completion percentage, 194 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions.
That's our offense. That's my point. That's our offense. That's our offensive game plan. Why are we still doing everything -5 yards to 5 yards down the field? That is insane. The defense, you look at the defense, there's 11 guys on the damn screen. So when you watch a normal player, right? I don't care how big your television is. You can have a 100-foot TV. You usually see at least one safety not on the damn screen. Why? Because they always got to keep somebody back to make sure nothing gets behind them. When you watch the Steelers, you can have a 30-inch TV screen. It doesn't matter. The whole defense is right there at the line of scrimmage. Why? Because they know you're not doing anything behind them. Everything you're doing is right in front of you. That is insane. So now it's, the offensive line isn't good. To me, the offensive line, they weren't great by any stretch of the imagination. They had some penalties and stuff like that, but they weren't nearly as bad as what they were looking like in preseason. Oh, but Brett, they didn't run block well. Yeah, you can't run block when everybody knows you're either running the fucking football or throwing it 2 yards in front of you. Like
but you're really talking like it doesn't matter who your quarterback is. You have Mitch Trubisky, and I said this, and you called me a hater. I'm just saying, no one's game planning like, oh man, they're gonna air it out. They have Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky. I'll get to Mitch Trubisky in a second. I don't care who our quarterback is. If everything you're doing is within -5 to 5 yards down the field, you're not going to be successful. They pulled up the route chart for Deontay Johnson. Literally everything he does is either out route this way or out route that way. There's nothing in the middle of the field. There's nothing down the field. They literally showed the graphic of every route he ran. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You can't win. You cannot win like that if everybody knows what you're doing. Because it's not even just the fact that we do everything within 10 yards of each other, right? It's the fact that every play, everybody's doing the same thing. Chase Claypool is going on a go route down the sideline. That's his route. That's the only thing he's doing. And if he's not doing that, he's doing the jet sweep or he's doing the reverse. Like I said, Deontay Johnson, whatever side he's on, he's going to go up and he's going to go out. That's what he's doing. Najee Harris is literally just a check down guy. It's like, bro, you're so predictable on offense. How are you expecting to do anything? I don't care who our quarterback is. I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes, bro. You can't function like that.
Come on.
You cannot function like that. You can't. You cannot ask somebody to just do the same play over and over and over again. And the defense is right there waiting for it. That's asinine, Charles. That is asinine. You can't ask somebody to do that. And then on top of that, you brought up Mr. Trubisky. Please trade him. Trade him. I feel you watch him out there. He's deathly afraid to do anything. He's deathly afraid to do anything because he's afraid that if he throws a pick, he's going to get axed for Kenny Pickett. Dallas needs a quarterback. Everybody's talking about Mason Rudolph. Trade Mason Rudolph. Fuck that. Trade Mr. Trubisky. You'll get more for him. Give Mr. Trubisky a real chance to start. I feel bad for him. I really do. Because you can tell he's so hesitant to make any type of aggressive throw down the field because he's definitely afraid that if I make a mistake, I'm going to get benched. You can't have that as your starting quarterback. And again, Mr. Trubisky is not this horrible quarterback that everybody swears he is. He's not. His numbers prove that he's not. But when you handcuff him like this by giving him a back, and he even said yo, we got to be more aggressive. That's basically him telling the coaching staff, yo, man, y'all got to let me throw out here, man. You got to let me throw out here. And guess what? If he's bad, fine. You have Kenny Pickett, but you got to let him play. This offense is horrible. And like I said, my issue is Mike Tomlin wants it to be this way. He wants to win because of his defense. He wants to win his way. And it's like, bro, Mike, I love you, bro, but you're running out of excuses, dude. Before we didn't have a defense, so you had to let Ben Roethlisberger do whatever Ben Roethlisberger wanted to do. And because Ben Roethlisberger was a dumbass and played the way he played, once again, we either played down to our competition or we kept everybody in games. Cool. You had a built-in excuse, no defense. You had to let Ben Roethlisberger be Ben Roethlisberger. Then Ben Roethlisberger gets hurt. So your excuse is Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges. Then Ben Roethlisberger comes back, but he's limited in what he can do. So you had that excuse. What's your excuse now? Because, again, you guys got the quarterback that you said you wanted. So don't tell me Mr. Trubisky's not good enough. That's the guy you wanted. So what's the excuse now?
I don't know, but seriously, bro, you're mad because you should be up so much more with 5 turnovers, and I agree. In football, you should be winning decisively if you have 5 turnovers.
And 7 sacks.
But with that being said, the Bengals are a better team.
Charles, we didn't do anything on offense, bro.
That's what yes, I know. And I was telling you before the season, before preseason, because preseason is so important, right? That I was telling you who is your quarterback that you think that your offense is going to be turning. You can say that, it doesn't matter who it is. You are hyped about this offense. You have Najee Harris.
Should be hyped. We have weapons all around, bro.
Yeah, you do. Who's your quarterback?
It's not because
that's okay, but you're talking around it like that's
not offensive coordinator is running a high school offense, Charles.
Bro, you could be running the best offense. You still have Mitch Trubisky under center.
Bro, you're acting like Mitch Trubisky is like he has a winning record as a quarterback. He's been to the Pro Bowl. He's been to the playoffs twice. He's not this scrub that everybody swears that he's not fucking Sam Darnold. He's not.
Okay, he's not Sam Darnold. He's Mitch Trubisky. That's still not good.
I would agree with you.
You were saying that you guys could sneak into a high seed and contend for a Super Bowl. Not with this team. Am I a hater? No. You just said it.
No.
It's just said it.
Staff. It's our coaching staff.
I hope you fire Tomlin so he can go somewhere else. Please.
No, I'm like, bro, we can't keep doing this, man. We're going to make the playoffs and we're going to
winning a game.
We're going, bro. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. You're speaking from somebody who's happy just to win a game. I'm tired of just winning a game. I want to win a fucking.
No, I'm not just happy winning a game. I'm pointing out to you that you're like, we're going to make the playoffs and lose. That's good for your team.
No, it's not, Charles. We've been doing that for 6 years. We haven't won a playoff game since 2016. And that's the point. And the reason why is this shit happens every fucking year. Every year, I got to watch my team blow a big lead. Again, speaking of the last playoff game that we won was against the Bengals in the Vontaze Burfict game. Guess what happened in that game? Oh, that's right. We had a big lead. And my coaching staff let Ben Roethlisberger keep throwing the ball downfield instead of running the clock out or instead of just doing better time management shit. And what happened? Bengals came all the way back into the game. What happened at the end of the game? Ben Roethlisberger gets hurt. AB gets hurt. And even though the Bengals are the Bengals and they squandered that win away, which they should have won, we won the game. We couldn't beat Denver because Ben was hurt and we had no AB. Oh, and by the way, in that game, your defense that everybody said was so bad kept you in the game against Denver, and you still lost. And we haven't won a playoff game since then. And that's because every single year, this is what we do. TJ Watt is out for 6 weeks minimum. Why? Because he was in a game that he should not have been in. With a minute 30 left in the game, go ahead, Joe Burrow. Go ahead, Jamar Chase. Get your garbage time points and your garbage time stats. We should have hung 40 on you because of all the opportunities that we had that we didn't utilize. Because you're running the same fucking plays 20, like it's so fucking stupid. That's what I'm saying. And we're going to blame Mr. Trubisky. What do you want him to do when his only play is, either that guy's going to be going to out route, fucking Chase Claypool is just going to run up the field. I'm just supposed to just throw it up to him, or Najee Harris for a screen pass. If those are your only plays, what do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? That doesn't make any sense. This window washing, dumb shit, magic mirror offense that we're running. Oh, we're going this way. Up, psych, we're going that way. That only works sometimes. You can't do that every fucking play. You know who runs that offense? The fucking Chiefs. That's the Andy Reid offense. You know the difference? The Andy Reid offense isn't all that. Yeah.
Mahomes is the big difference.
It's smoke and mirrors, it's misdirection, but you're also pushing the ball down the field at every level.
Because you have a quarterback that people are worried about.
I understand that, Charles. But even with Alex Smith, that offense was high octane.
Alex Smith is better than Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, my God.
What do you mean, oh, my God?
Alex Smith is a fucking game manager just like Mitch.
Alex Smith is better than Mitch Trubisky.
Okay. All right.
Period. I don't need to qualify it with anything. Alex Smith is a better quarterback than Mitch Trubisky.
Okay, the point
and the fact that it's been one game, and it's, oh my God, the sky's falling, and it's the coaching with the same coaching you've been had, that you were also saying people are underrating us because da-da-da-da-da. And I'm a hater because I keep saying the same thing. And all your offensive woes and all your comparisons, there's one connection with the Pats, the quarterback, with the Chiefs, the quarterback. The quarterback matters. And you said
Alex Smith
this is an upgrade. You said this is an upgrade.
Alex Smith gets them to the playoffs every year and they never win a playoff game, which is why they traded up to get Patrick Mahomes. So that's my point. Yeah. Alex Smith is on the same fucking level as Mr. Trubisky. And yet
Alex Smith is better than Mr. Trubisky. Alex Smith is better than Mr. Trubisky.
No, he's not. No,
he is, dude.
No, he's fucking
okay. I'll pull up stats right now. Keep talking.
And yet the Chiefs offense works. Why? Because you utilize every part of the field. We have fucking weapons. You have 6 qualified guys to catch passes. 2 of them should be working the deep range of the field. 2 of them should be working the intermediate routes. And 2 of them can still be doing the smaller routes. If you just did that, your offense would be better because you're keeping the defense honest. We don't keep the defense honest. You're talking about Mr. Trubisky so bad. What do you want him to do when everything is 5 yards in front of him, Charles? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
What do I want him to do? You're the one that was hyping him up. You're the one that called him an upgrade. You're the one that said all the problems. No. You said it on here, so you can't pretend. You are legitimately
an upgrade from what Ben Roethlisberger was. Well, first of all, again, if we're gonna be running the same place, you might as well just kept fucking Ben Roethlisberger. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Y'all told me that Ben Roethlisberger is the reason why you can't push the ball downfield. Y'all told me that Ben Roethlisberger is the reason why you can't do some of the things you wanted to do. So fine, start pushing the ball downfield. That doesn't make sense. You cannot have an offense where everything is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. That is insane, Charles. That is insane. Every defense in the world can compete against that. Every defense. You don't even have to be good. Just like, yo, just make sure you tackle. That's all you have to do. And that's what people are doing now. It was working with Ben Roethlisberger at first. Remember that first year when he came back, we had the number one offense for the first half of the year until people realized, wait a minute, they're not throwing anything 5 yards down the field. And ever since then, when people realized what we were doing, our offense has been shit. And that's my point. It's not about the quarterback. It's about the fact that if you're so predictable on offense, your quarterback can't do anything. I'm not saying Mr. Trubisky's Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he's this superstar quarterback. What I'm saying is that it doesn't matter who our quarterback is. If you're handcuffing him to an offense where everything is 5 yards in front of you, you can't do anything. That doesn't make sense. I'm not calling Mr. Trubisky for MVP. I'm not saying this dude is going to be this great quarterback. I'm saying, well, I don't care who your quarterback is. If you're not even going to keep the defense honest, if you're not even going to have real route trees in your fucking offense, what the fuck do you think the offense is going to do? And my point is, this is what Mike Tomlin wants because he wants to win ugly. He said it. Oh, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be like this. We're going to have to roll our sleeves up. We're going to do this. I'm like, Mike, I get it. You have a beautiful romance about football and a beautiful romance about defensive football. But my brother, you can't win like that, man. You cannot win like that. I love the fact, I love what I saw from my defense. Again, I told you that was one of the main things I was excited about. Our defense. I was more excited about our defense than our offense. But my point is, I thought we would at least have a comparable offense. I didn't say we're going to be the number one offense in the league. That's what I'm saying. You keep talking about, oh, you were hyped. I'm like, no. I wasn't saying our offense was going to be a top 10 offense. What I was saying is it wasn't going to be a bottom 5 offense. But it's still a bottom 5 offense because we're running the same 3 plays over and over again. You can't do that. This isn't high school. That's what I'm saying. That makes no fucking sense. That makes 0 sense. And everybody's praising Mr. Trubisky for that last play to get us in the field goal range. Yeah, you know why he did it? Because it was a free play. He had the check down. He was going to take the check down, but he said, wait, fuck that. I have a free play. Let me just push the ball downfield. Oh, my God. Look what we did. We got a tight end running 20 yards down the field. Let me hit him. Like, Jesus Christ. Where was this all game? You got to be able to do that. And there's 2 things. It's one, he's afraid. He's definitely afraid to throw a pick because he knows the minute he throws a pick, the Kenny Pickett chance will be way too loud. So he's taking checkdowns. But 2, our offense doesn't even give him an opportunity to be aggressive, which is why he said, yo, our offense has to be more aggressive. That was his message in the media to the coaches saying, yo, man, y'all got to let us play, bro. Y'all got to let us play. We have all these weapons on offense. Let's utilize them. If I suck up the joint, fine, bench me, but you got to at least let me do it. They're not even giving him a chance to suck. Like that. Like those were Ben Roethlisberger numbers. That's what Ben was doing. Matter of fact, Ben was better numbers because he had a better completion percentage because he wasn't just throwing the ball away. But still, it's like, bro.
Alex Smith too.
Okay, great. I don't give a fuck, Charles. Alex Smith and Mr. Trubisky on the same tier. I don't care. The point of the matter is Alex Smith at least had an offense where he was pushing the ball downfield, keeping guys honest, dude. You cannot have an offense when everything is 5 yards in front of you. That doesn't make sense. That literally doesn't make sense. Our offense is give it to Deontay Johnson and hope he makes a guy miss. That's literally our offense. So what's the point of having Claypool? What's the point of having George Pickens? What's the point of having Najee Harris? What's the point of having anybody else on this team? Like, that's insane, dude. Like, you can't do that. And Mike Tomlin, I'm telling you right now, Mike Tomlin, we should blow out the Patriots. We won't. If we win or not, who knows? Every game is a coin flip, which again, by the time you make the playoffs, your team is emotionally, physically, mentally drained because every fucking game comes down to the wire. You cannot win like that. The Patriots don't do that. The Chiefs don't do that. Great teams don't do that. And I understand we're not a great team, but my point is when I have a head coach that's been there 16 years and is a Hall of Famer and has never won a game, I expect this to be better than what we are showing. And that's my
okay. So I got a hot take for you, and this is not a troll, but this is like a ideal situation for the Steelers fans. This is for Steelers fans. I'm throwing an alley-oop of positivity and dreaming into the scenario. You said trade Mitch Trubisky. What if you say you trade Mitch Trubisky, one of your wide receivers, and however many picks it takes for old, grumpy, anti-vax Aaron Rodgers?
We don't need to do all that. Just trade Mitch Trubisky and let Kenny Pickett play.
I think if you guys, because the offense you have is like the offense Aaron Rodgers bitches about wanting, right? So if you give up one of the wide receivers, whichever one, you know what I mean? If whether it's Claypool, whether it's Johnson, whether it's Pickens, hopefully it's not Pickens.
Have to do all that. Trade Mitch Trubisky because Kenny Pickett. Because here's the thing, Kenny Pickett will.
Who are you trading Mitch Trubisky to? I said you said I was trolling when I was asking you this months ago.
The Cowboys. They need a quarterback.
Okay, no, but that was a real question. I'm just saying, like, I wanted an actual, like, okay, set up that's a good trade because it's cross conference, so it's more realistic because it is cross conference, and you could, and from a Cowboys standpoint, it's probably a lot cheaper. This isn't for you, obviously, but it'd probably be a lot cheaper than the Cowboys trying to trade for a Jimmy Garoppolo.
Exactly.
So, but what do you feel you could get for a Mitch Trubisky? What do you think that the Cowboys would give up?
Probably nothing better than a 4th round pick, but okay.
Oh, wow. I actually think maybe this is the hustler in me or the Cowboy hater. I was like, get a 3rd out of him. Fuck them.
No, I mean, shit, I'll take that too. A lot of people are saying trade Mason Rudolph because that makes more sense. Just trade Mason Rudolph wants to be traded. He doesn't want to be the 3rd string quarterback, and he believes he deserves a chance. So trade him to the Cowboys. You'll probably get a 5th rounder, maybe
for a 6th round pick. I was gonna say the disrespect. You said 5th round. I was like 6th round. I was like, stop disrespecting Mr. Trubisky. And that's saying Mason Rudolph is only 1 tier below him.
No, but I'm all right. So yeah. Mitch Trubisky would probably, Mason will probably give you a 6th, maybe a 5th. Mitch will probably give you a 4th, maybe a 3rd, right? So my thing is trade Mitch will get more for him. And on top of that, Kenny Pickett will at least have the green light to make mistakes.
And also, they're not doing it. The Cowboys, just to move it along a little bit of the preview too, is the Cowboys aren't even putting Dak on IR. So they're wasting a roster spot, keeping Dak on the roster. That's why I really, realistically, just to skip the head to the Cowboys, I don't think they're doing anything. People are going to call me a hater, but so be it.
I think what they're doing is they're going to see how this looks with Cooper Rush, and if it looks that bad, then they're going to have to get a quarterback.
I think number one, going into this season, me and you were kind of in agreement that it's the Eagles' division to lose, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Neither me or you were super high on the Cowboys. We just weren't completely writing them off. After seeing what they look like, I know it's the Bucs, but after seeing what they look like against the Bucs in the first week, who's worried about this? Who are they throwing to outside of Lamb?
Nobody.
Like, I'm being serious. Like who are you scared of? Because I'm biased. I'm in the division, kind of like you with the Bengals. You're just like, fuck the Bengals. I could beat the Bengals week 1. That's a divisional thing. I wasn't worried about the Cowboys thinking my team is trash. I wasn't worried about the Cowboys with Dak.
Yeah, they're not good. And maybe they do say, well, you know what? We'll just tank and get a better pick. But I don't think Jerry Jones wants to do that. He wants to win. So my thing is, I think they're going to try Cooper Rush for a week or two, and then I think they're going to be forced to see where Dak is. If he's not ready, they're going to trade for a quarterback. But my point is simply I think you got to go with Kenny Pickett. And again, I feel bad for Mr. Trubisky because he's not getting a real chance. This isn't a real chance. Because like I said, he knows the second he throws a pick, he's done. So my thing is trade him, let him go to a team where he actually has a chance to play, and let him prove. And at that point, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. Let him prove what his worth is. Well, at least with Kenny Pickett, he'll have the green light to push the ball downfield. It's like, bro, like that's my only point. It's like our offense should not be this bad. We have way too many weapons. And the fact that so I was talking to somebody about this, and they don't watch football like that, but they're a basketball fan. So they weren't really understanding my frustration. And I was like, all right, the Warriors offense, the great ball movement we love. Imagine if they were doing that, but they just never shot the ball. That's all they did was pass it. It would look pretty. It would look cool. It would look gimmicky. But it's like, that's not the point. The point is to score the basketball. So if you're not even doing all that to score, why are you doing it? It's the same with the Steelers. The jet sweeps and the reverses, yeah, you could do that every once in a while, but that can't be the crux of your offense, because the goal is not to go side to side. The goal is to go forward. And that's my point. The Chiefs do that. Andy Reid, the Eagles used to do that. But they did it in spurts and stuff like that. It wasn't the foundation of their offense, but also they pushed the ball down the field. So when they did do it, it was more effective. You can't do it when everybody's at the line of scrimmage, because now it doesn't matter if you give half the line to go with you here and you're going the other way. The other half is just going to stay home. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like that. Like, I get that that's what they want to do. A lot of window dressing, keep the defense. But the whole point of keeping the defense on their toes is you have to make them cover every inch of the field. And I get you want them to do that sideways, but it also has to be vertically. Because at the end of the day, you don't get no points for going side to side. The end zone's that way. So that's the point. They gotta open up this offense more. And if they won't let Mr. Trubisky do it, or if he's too afraid to do it because he's afraid to get bench, then trade him, put Kenny Pickett in, and let him make his mistakes. I'd rather go out with Kenny Pickett or Mr. Trubisky throwing interceptions, but at least they were aggressive. We are so conservative on offense. It's disgusting. This isn't the early 2000s. You're not going to win football games only scoring 10 to 14 points. You got to score 25 plus points. That's how you win in this league. And if you can't do that, then bring somebody in that will. Colin Cowherd was talking about Mike Tomlin all off season, and he was saying that's the problem with defensive coaches. They don't care about offense, and they need to realize it's an offensive league. And watching game one made me realize that. It's like, Mike, I understand you want your defense to be the star of the team. Let's be real, they're going to be the star of the team anyway. TJ Watt is the defending defensive player of the year. Minka Fitzpatrick might be the best safety in football. So even if your offense is scoring points, your defensive stars are still going to be the face of your franchise, dude. Like, I don't understand why you're purposely sabotaging the offense just to big up your defense. Oh, and by the way, just like in years past, you're going to wear out your defense. Every year for the last couple of years, we've seen the defense starts out top 5 and then plummets towards the end of the year. Why? Because they're on the fucking field every game and people are hurt and they're tired.
Can we move on to a team that's actually going to make the playoffs?
Sure. We're going to make the playoffs. We're just going to lose in the first round again. And I'm going to be fucking pissed, but go ahead.
Keep believing. No, I want to know, who do you want to talk about? Because I feel like the top of the AFC is remaining the same, at least in week 1 and into week 2, because we got to watch an AFC West matchup last night. And Patrick Mahomes is laughing at everybody that was praying for an early downfall because Cheetah left. So I feel like the AFC West is starting to take a little bit of a shape, because it does seem like the Chargers are going to stay the Chargers, never win the actual division, and get in through a wild card, which answers one of our biggest, not debates, but me and you were really stuck on the AFC West. We were kind of like, I have no idea what this is going to look like. Granted,
By the way, so far it's looking like it's only going to be 2 teams in the AFC West, like I told you.
Well, let's go there then, because the Broncos could have won if they had more faith in their $250 million quarterback, which doesn't make any sense, and that's coaching. So that's what I'm putting them on the bottom for now, because your coach lost you that game. Russell Wilson could have got 5.
To be fair, they turned the ball over twice at the goal line, so they shouldn't have.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson could have got 5 more yards.
Yeah, but I'm saying they shouldn't have even been in that position. Yeah, of course they botched the end of that game. But the point, again, like I said, they lost the game they had no business losing, and that's what I'm saying. That happens with a lot of bad teams or mediocre teams in the NFL. The Steelers
and the Raiders. Who did the Raiders lose to?
They lost to the Chargers, but they didn't play well. And we'll see. Again, we'll get into the week 2 matchups. But the point of the matter is, so far, it looks like there's two good teams in the AFC West and two teams that are like, eh.
All right, I'm pulling up this week's matchups just because we are literally just one day into week 2. And ironically, we at least have one answer for an AFC West matchup because me and you are probably the most excited outside of our teams for that. So, just September 18th. Pat Steelers, who you got?
I have us winning. We should win that game.
All right, believe. Panthers, Giants.
Stop. Why shouldn't we win that game?
Why should you win that game?
Why shouldn't we?
I agree, but I'm saying like you don't say it's like the.
But you know, the face you just made was like, oh my god.
Oh, because I'm sorry, I can't see the face I'm making. I'm actually reading the screen behind this. So and it's just Google. It's like little pop-up shit that I can click the videos. So it kind of glitched out for a second. My bad. I was like, all right, believe, because the shit just disappeared on me.
Oh no, yeah, you made this face like, yeah, okay, you're gonna beat the.
No, I did okay. I was like, oh shit, it looks like we're gonna talk more Steelers because I can't pull up anything else. Panthers, Giants. My bad.
Oh yeah, Panthers. We should go to that game, honestly. Panthers, Giants. I'm gonna say y'all win that game.
2-0, baby. Hell yeah, we do. The Panthers look sorry. Jets, Browns.
Wow, they don't look sorry. They should have won. The Browns had to kick a 58-yard field goal to win that game.
That's what. See, you didn't catch this face. I don't. Maybe the Jets pull it out. This is like one of the Jets' only winnable games before Zach Wilson gets back.
Who does he play? Who do they play?
The Browns.
Oh, they play the Browns. Wow. I think the Browns are going to win that game.
They're home. They probably will, but they're also the Browns, so maybe the Jets win.
No, they're going to win that game.
Colts, Jags, another tie. Let's keep it moving. No, I'm kidding. The Colts, the Jags, I don't care at all about the AFC South. I think it's such a sorry division.
The fact that nobody won and two teams were playing each other is crazy.
Yeah, and I hope that this is a draw too, just to continue. I hope the Colts draw every single game this season. The Dolphins, Ravens.
No random Indiana hate. Go ahead. What Dolphins, Ravens? I'm gonna say the Ravens.
Yeah.
Who's home? Ravens.
Hold on. Okay, so now we got one that we can talk about, right? So this is my Bama bias because me and Brett were talking about fantasy stuff before, and my Bama bias doesn't really cross over into fantasy. Like I don't overhype people just because they're from Bama later in their career. So Tua, not a rookie, but that Dolphins team is looking good after week 1, and if they can keep playing like that, the Ravens didn't look unbeatable against the Jets. Could have been week 1 hiccups, but this is one of those games. If the Ravens lose this one and the Dolphins win, the Dolphins aren't going to be a sleeper team in the AFC. That this will be one of those games where people perk up and be like, okay, we can't keep letting them win 21-7 or 21-10 or however they look like they're going to win. But I think this should be a good one, and I think it honestly, that's one that I'm checking for. Like my sister makes fun of me for being a low-key Ravens fan, but I'm checking for it. I actually don't care who wins. I'd rather just see a good game.
It's in Baltimore, though, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna say Baltimore's gonna win that game. Who's next?
Bucks, Saints.
Ooh, I'm gonna say the Saints. They for some. I'm not impressed with the Buccaneers.
It's in New Orleans.
The Saints always beat the Brady-led Bucks, except when it counted in the playoffs. I think that continues. I'm gonna say Saints.
I agree. I think it's the Saints. They're home. It's a divisional game. They're feeling good. They're feeling disrespected because like they do have talent. They have more talent than, no offense, the Panthers do right now. And they have mostly because of the quarterback position. I'm not a Baker hater, but at the same time, Jameis has just been forgotten. And that's kind of disrespectful. So Commanders, Lions.
Yeah, Lions.
The Lions.
You know what? I'm gonna say Commanders. This is one of those games where Carson Wentz has a great game, and what's his name? Darren Orlovsky's like, yeah, I told you, Carson, because like he always does this. He starts out hot, and then when it matters the most.
So I think, to your point, to build off that, I think it's the other way. I think it's a game like last week with the Eagles where the Lions are playing, right? Like it's not just the same old Lions essentially.
It's gonna be a hard fought game.
But I think that Wentz on the road fucks up and the Lions come out 1-1. Fucks up late, not throughout the game.
No, yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know. I feel like Wentz in a dome, he should go crazy in that game. So
because that's why the Colts made the playoffs last year.
I mean, that was on the
Seahawks Niners.
That was on the road though. Remember that.
Could have won more at home. Seahawks Niners.
Who cares?
Thank you, bro. This is like a little bit of lingering Giants Niners rivalry left over because I'm just like.
I'm going to say the Seahawks. I'm not. I told you I don't think the Niners are going to be good at all. I really don't.
But you just traded for Debo. Isn't he going to have a beast game?
Okay, fantasy has nothing to do with a win-loss record. He can go for 100 yards. That's great for me. They can still lose.
Good point. You're hoping that for that all season. Falcons Rams. Rams are 2-0.
Well, Rams lost to the Bills.
Oh, 1-1. My bad. Yeah. I watched that game too. That's terrible.
Yeah, Rams,
I was happy about that game.
I think the Rams win that handily because I think the Rams are pissed off that they got destroyed, and it's been 10 days of them having to watch those highlights of them getting destroyed. So
10 days to have to watch ugly highlights because I don't know why I said 2-0 because me and you were talking about Jalen Ramsey and how this dude accepted responsibility in one sense. He really did. He came out right after that game was like, it happens. We got burnt. We're just going to build from it. Said all the right things. But like you said, 10 days of social media is a long time because now the Rams are just trash. And me and you are sitting back like,
yeah, now they're the worst team in football.
Did Stafford fall off? They're like, am I tripping? Because everyone keeps making excuses for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. But all of a sudden now Stafford fell off a cliff and the Rams aren't good. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. The Falcons about to get, matter of fact, the Falcons are going to get murdered. Bet the over in that game.
And then we got Cardinals, Raiders.
Yeah.
This is a sleeper. Like, this might be really good.
Both of those teams are so Jekyll and Hyde, man. It's like you don't know what you're going to get from. I'm going to say the Raiders because I really think the Cardinals are going to.
They're home. I'm going Raiders, man. I think the Raiders, 0-1 Raiders at home against a team like the Cardinals. Like you said, Jekyll and Hyde. But Kyler's small, no offense. And it's going to, I think Las Vegas is going to be loud. So
it should be. It should be a great game, though. Yeah, Raiders.
Texans, Broncos. Broncos getting their win back.
You sure about that? Yeah, no, Broncos.
Broncos. Wow. Why do you hate Mile High? What happened? Did you fly over Denver and just look down and be like, fucking hate it there? Like, where is this coming from? Why are you so hateful towards the Broncos now?
No, I just don't think they're so as great as people said they are. That's just.
Well, I hope that Jerry Jeudy catches 3 touchdowns this weekend, specifically for no other reason than
we face each other. Oh yeah, definitely going for the other team. No, the Broncos should win. The Broncos should win. Although Derek Stingley looked good week 1, so Jerry Jeudy might not have a great game. Yeah,
I had a touchdown, like a 60. I had a touchdown. I won week 1 despite a combined 1 point from Akers and Mooney. Anyway,
that's fine.
Bengals, Cowboys.
Another week, brother. Bengals, Cowboys, Bengals. If there's no way.
Who day?
Yeah, there's no
who day. How about that who day?
Prediction. The Cowboys gonna get blown out so bad by the Bengals. They're gonna say we need to trade for the one guy that could beat the Bengals, and that's Mr. Trubisky.
Ew. And here, this is one that I'm actually excited for. Sunday Night Football, the oldest rivalry in the NFL. Bears Packers.
Who cares?
And tell me, part of you don't want to see a young Justin Fields completely wreck the Packers in Lambeau.
I mean, I want to see it's not going to happen though.
Just come on, put that energy out, bro. We need it. Because I'm sorry. Listen, let me just pause here real quick.
Packers.
Aaron Rodgers is such a douchebag. Like, I'm sorry. Like, the dude just, like, it just glows off of him, the douchebaggery. And I'm just sick of it. Like, I'm just sick of it because whenever they win, it's all Aaron Rodgers. Whenever they lose, it's everybody else. And here we are, the Bears, who have been the Aaron Rodgers bitches forever, it feels like. Go into Lambeau and just beat their ass like one good time.
But how are they doing that?
Oh, like that's what I'm saying though. Is the Packers really that good of a team? AJ Hawk was on ESPN
No, I don't think
today.
it's the Packers that being that good. I just think the Bears are that bad.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like AJ Hawk had the Packers in power rankings #1 in the North, and I was like, how? Like the Vikings exist. #1,
Yeah,
the Vikings exist.
I'm very happy about my Vikings prediction, so I'm good with that.
What's your Vikings prediction?
I said I haven't gone to Super Bowl and I haven't won the division.
Oh, cool. Because I like, Vikings are underrated at this point. Titans, Bills, Monday night, September 19th.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna say Bills at home. But
definitely. I think it's gonna be murder.
I don't think it's gonna be murder. I'm telling you, the Titans are weird like that, man. Titans.
Nah, I think Von Miller is gonna do another hit stick to King Henry. Vikings, Eagles, another month. We have a Monday night doubleheader on this Monday.
I'm surprised they did it for the second week and not the first week. They usually do.
I don't get it, but anyway, maybe it was a scheduling thing. There's been tons of COVID shit. Who knows?
I'm gonna go Vikings easily.
Yes, that's what I want to hear. For people eaters, baby. Giants top of the East is how I like it. Giants top of the East. You see that? You organically got to everybody but the Giants losing in this division. And that
I said the Commanders.
Fuck the Commanders. You don't believe that with your heart. You didn't say it with your chest.
I said the Commanders.
You didn't say it with emotion.
I could care less.
Mulligan.
Because I could care less about that game.
Exactly. Go Giants. Top of the division.
The Panthers can still win. Don't count your win yet.
How confident do you feel?
I give them a 50-50 chance. Bro, neither one of these teams are like, oh my God, how are they going to beat the fucking Giants? Like,
all right, in honor of the fast food place that's down there in Charlotte, but not up here, Bojangles, I bet you a crispy chicken sandwich the Giants win from a place that you're choosing.
Okay. That's fine. We can shake on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should go to that game. We really should. I'm sure there's tickets.
It is my wedding anniversary weekend, sir.
Right. No, we're not going to go to that game. Sorry.
I am not going to that game.
Yeah, we're not going to that game. But yeah, I think the Panthers going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't want to. You just don't want to believe. Let's put it this way: if you guys lose, how disappointing would that be?
Not disappointed. I think we suck. So I'm just happy if we.
Oh, you just want to ride the momentum. That's all.
Oh, let it ride. Let it ride.
We haven't done this in years.
Until I get shot down, I'm flying, bro.
That's what I like to hear, man. You're usually like, oh, fuck me. I don't care. Yeah, ride the momentum, man. You know what? Panthers are going to lose. No, they're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I need to figure out what crispy chicken sandwich I want.
Right. I want Chick-fil-A. All their hate is delicious. But I want the Chick-fil-A.
That's fine. But like I said, I'm gonna figure out which chicken sandwich I want because you're not gonna win.
So right now, overreaction week we're in. Who is your way too early to tell MVP?
I still think it's gonna be Josh Allen.
I think it's obviously, but right now between Josh Allen, even though he hasn't played a second game yet, and Mahomes. Mahomes is just different. That team is not that team if Mahomes ain't there.
That's true. In terms of overreaction Mondays, I'm telling you, I'm really scared about the Broncos, man. I really am.
I'm not.
Okay.
I am not. I'm not scared about the Broncos. I think that the West will shake out. If I'm the Raiders, I'm worried about how the Broncos played because with those turnovers, they kept the Seattle in the game. Props to Geno Smith. No hate. Dude did exactly what he had to do. He was balling. The Seahawks played exactly how they had to play. And they showed that Pete Carroll will outcoach you if you make mistakes. So good job. I'm just saying, like, props to Seattle because no one thought Seattle had a chance.
I'm afraid for the Broncos because, like I said it before, and I'll say it again. Russell Wilson has not looked great in a year and a half. So we're just assuming it's because the Seahawks weren't that good. And because of all the drama with the team that he hasn't looked good in a year and a half. But for a year and a half, remember, he was on an MVP streak like 2 years ago. And then somehow, some way, the last half of the season, he just fell off a cliff. And obviously, he was hurt last year for most of the year. But my thing is, until we see that Russell Wilson again, why should I have faith in this Broncos team?
No, good point. Good point. But at the same time,
they have
this
good
version of Russell Wilson is still better than like rookie Russell Wilson, because that was flashier, but this dude is smarter. He makes good throws. And he like, if it wasn't for goal line mistakes, like a fumble from a running back is not Russell Wilson's fault.
No, I get that. I get that. I'm just saying in general, again, I didn't have him making the playoffs before that game. So I'm not. Oh,
no, you're looking good. You're looking good. My prediction that the whole West is going to be in the playoffs is looking sus. But again, it's 1 week because, again, all 4 of those AFC West teams, depending on how the AFC cannibalizes itself this year, there is a realistic scenario still, because losses are going to happen, obviously, that the West is the playoffs.
Nah, I just don't see it.
I don't see it in the South. Like I'm just pointing out in the AFC, right? It's the West, it's the North. In the East, you got the Bills, you got the Dolphins, and we're just giving the Pats respect because of who the coach is.
Patriots suck. Stop that. Patriots suck. It's the Bills, maybe the Dolphins. It's at least the Bengals schedule, man. I keep trying to. The Bengals schedule is hard, bro, and that's a big loss for them.
Well, I mean, they're playing the Cowboys this week. I know we got the Cowboys too. That's why I thought it was this week. The Cowboys play the Giants sometime before Dak gets back. But the Bengals are about to feast, man.
In the AFC, realistically, we know the Bills, possibly the Dolphins. In the North, it's got to be somebody. So Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, all in the mix for the division / wild card.
I'm not putting the Steelers in there. You were slick. My finger went up because you were smooth with it. You were like, yeah, we're gonna go the Ravens, the Bengals, and right. Those two.
I'm telling you, our schedule is so much easier than them.
I got 4.
Look, I think I took a picture of it. Look at the Bengals schedule, man.
No, I know the Bengals. I agree with you, but I'm still giving that respect to Joe Burrow and that offense. I really am, because you saw it that last week. Five turnovers against your defense. Because for all the shit I've talked about your offense because of the quarterback, I haven't said boo about your defense. So I'm just saying, you guys couldn't put them away for a reason. If they were the same old Bengals, the Bungles, you know what I mean? Like of years past, y'all would have whooped their ass despite the turnovers.
No, we wouldn't have. That's the problem. That's my point.
Okay, don't go on. No. Take that soapbox away. You're not getting back on it. Take that yellow and black soapbox.
My point is, you have 2, maybe 3 teams in the North. You have 2 teams in the AFC East. Again, because the South is so bad, you can't count out 2 teams in the South.
No, I'm counting out 2 teams in the South. I really am. Okay. I think it's going to be 1 team out the South, and I think that 1 team will be the Titans. Okay. That's me.
Okay.
Like the Colts ain't bad. Don't get me twisted. I don't think the Colts are trash.
By the way, that time I helped them. That helped us last year. So that's what I'm saying. You got to remember, when you only have 17 games, every game matters. So Denver losing to a team like Seattle, I'm telling you, that's going to come back to bite them in the ass. I'm telling you it is, because that's what happens in football. And I'm not going to get back in my soapbox, but I'm saying that's the point. That's the point of why certain teams win consistently and other teams don't. And so that Colts tie isn't as bad as a Colts loss.
And just to touch on my Giants a little more, I just want Barkley to stay healthy, man. He makes such a difference on this team that the offense would be pathetic without him. Pathetic. Like, Daniel Jones is not good. He still had turnovers. He's really not the future at all at that position. So I think we're more winning in spite of him than because he's some ridiculous talent. Can he make some throws? Sure. Yeah, but he's definitely not.
But even in the West, remember the Chargers are already 1-1 in the division, right? They're already 1-1. The Raiders already have a division loss. So who do they play this week?
The Raiders are playing the Cardinals.
Oh, the Cardinals. So that's okay. Well, okay. Again, don't fuck around and lose that game. Be 0-2. You know what I mean? Like, so That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, it's week 1, it's week 2. I'm like, yeah, but there's only 17 games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to make that shit up towards the end of the year. We see it every year. There's all these teams in the hunt, and now you don't even control your own destiny because, oh wow, because of this stupid ass tiebreaker here and this stupid ass tiebreaker there. Like, remember, the Steelers only got in because it wasn't a tie. All we needed was an outcome, and we would have made the playoffs. Had the coach did the smart thing and called a timeout and tied, we wouldn't even make it. You know what I mean? So it's all about the tiebreakers and stuff. That's what I'm saying. The West, because it's so good, and because the AFC is so good, the fact that it's almost statistically impossible for all 4 teams to get in. Because at some point, the tiebreakers are going to eliminate somebody. That's the point. It's going to eliminate somebody. Most likely 2 teams. That's what I'm saying. Now, if there was 8,
and as of this right now, the Dolphins allowed the least amount of points in so far in the league.
Because the Patriots suck.
Second only to the Ravens, who play the Jets.
Right, because the Patriots suck. Right, that's my point. So the Patriots and the Jets suck. So that's 4 wins for those 2 AFC East teams.
And then you got the Bills with 10, and we all expect the Rams to do better.
Yeah. So that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's, again, like I said, I think this is one of those years nobody's going to run away with it. I think everybody's going to have, 9 to 10 wins. I think the top 2 seeds are going to be the teams that have 11 wins. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be pretty, but that's my point. If you're the Steelers, you have an 11-win schedule if you take care of your business. But we'll see. Anyway, you can find me at Never For Brett Me. That's NEVA_4 BRETT_ME on Instagram and Twitter.
And I'm not the Chuck D on all the socials. We're the Dope Blog, www.thedope.blog, at @the_dope blog on Instagram, at the Dope Blog, all one word, on Twitter. Thank you.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe, and join us next time as we continue to discuss other people's excellence.
Let's go, big.
Let's go, Panthers. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what chicken sandwich I want after this. I'll text you.